Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Honest to Pod with me, Ashley McAllister.
And me, Matthew Ali.
And here, let's jump into episode 50.
Oh my goodness. 50th anniversary.
50th?
That's an episode. I know it's not an anniversary.
Well, it's 50th celebration.
That's a milestone.
The same as Glastonbury this year. Tickets you just
I'm
got.
so excited. I'm so excited. So, this is the first time I applied. No, I didn't get the tickets, but our group did. And so I'm going to Glastonbury next year for the 50th anniversary, which I'm so happy about. And one thing I'm really happy about is the fact that so many people I know haven't got tickets, because it makes it just feel even better.
Wow.
It really does. Like when I see, like today, this is Sunday, and they had another sale of tickets this morning, and then you just see people posting, like, what's happened? Why can't I get tickets? I'm like, just amazing.
This is insight into Matt's personality.
Everyone would be like this though, still, isn't it?
I like, we were talking about it a minute ago. I couldn't think of anything worse.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, like the groups of people and stuff, like it's obviously like tons and tons of people.
No.
But
I'd just be so anxious the whole time.
anxious over what?
Everything. I just constantly want to go back to my tent and make sure that nobody had like defecated on my pillow or something.
Well, that's not going to happen.
Well, how'd you know?
Why would people do that?
Because people are off their face in all sorts of chemicals.
Probably. Yeah, I'm not going to be there because I'm a responsible young man.
Of course. Well,
middle-aged man.
Young. I was about to say. Oh.
No, I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait. And we were saying, like, because there's a group of us going, but there's only me and Robbie, who you know. I was like, no one else is going to dress fancy, but me and him have to go like straight Coachella in what we're wearing. So I can't wait to go on a full like look for festival wear, a bit of fringe I'll put, maybe a little crop top.
Oh, I'm not quite sure what I know, but I love the way Robbie dresses up when he goes out. He's just...
Yeah. I'll do the same, like I think, but Jordan and Adam won't. But
well, you got those little gold pants, didn't you?
Oh, I could wear those. That would be part of it, and I'll fit in them this time. I should fit in them by then.
Yeah, that's a goal.
Yeah, but things like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a really nice, just, and I think some sort of cape thing.
Like a sequin cape.
Maybe not sequin if I got the gold pants. So you need to really be like, I can't just go straight colour. Do you know what I mean?
Can you not? I mean,
Well,
fuck it, it's Glastonbury.
Yeah, it's Glastonbury. I know it's not Coachella, but I'm not going to Coachella, so I'll treat it as it is. I'm just going to try and be as fashionable as possible.
With your gold pants.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to the posts in, 7, 8, 9 months?
Ages away. June the 24th or something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
25th. So it's a while away, but yeah, next year's a big year.
I always think, isn't Glastonbury, it wasn't this year though, but I always thought Glastonbury was the same weekend as Pride. But it wasn't this year, to be fair, so...
No, it's something else that's always the same weekend of Pride that people go crazy about. I can't remember what it is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah. So I can't wait.
Wicked.
Yeah.
So, yes, Glastonbury's 50 years next year, and the tickets for the 50th year, today's Sunday, so you got your tickets on Thursday, like one of those coach tickets. And, yeah, the rest went today. And then we're also recording our 50th episode today.
And it's just as monumental?
It's probably slightly more.
Yeah, I think so.
Because, why not? I mean, I genuinely can't think of a reason why we're not as important as Glastonbury.
Not at all. Beyonce's been here. Elton John's been here. Stevie Wonder's been here. I mean, we're the same.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm looking forward to this episode. But let's jump in. How was your week?
It's been busy again. We had the quiz, didn't we, on Monday? None of us won this time for the first time.
I felt so depressed afterwards because my team had won 2 weeks in a row and I was on a high. I was like, and then we were going through the quiz and I was just like...
It was really hard. We beat you though, and we beat John, which is good.
Yeah. There's so many things, but even like, not that they would make a difference, but like, I felt bad because I put the question. I was like, no, I know I'm getting tricked here in my head. Change it to this. Whenever the answer was werewolf, and I changed it to vampire.
Yeah, and I got the werewolf one.
Yeah.
But there's one that I should have got that I never said, which is the Halle Berry one.
Yeah.
But anyway.
You were going to remember some of the questions, weren't you? So ask them here to see if
I was, but then I didn't, so I can't, unfortunately. But yeah, apart from that, it's been pretty good. We had my first rugby game of the season because we played last weekend, but I wasn't here. And we won that game, and then we played this weekend, and we lost. So that wasn't good. I was getting really pissed off. I got really angry. I was screaming so much, so angry at my teammates. I was like, don't fucking do this. I was on an absolute rager. So yeah, So I used all my energy and had a nap yesterday. Like I pretty much just got home, fell asleep at 9:30. So now I think I'm finally caught up in sleep.
Good.
Friday we had an event at the Two Brewers, a rugby event called Steelers Drag Race, where a number of the King's Cross Steelers will dress up in drag and perform like in activities and stuff like that. Kind of like a mix between Drag Race and like America's Next Top Model kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's really good. And I went there just to do my housemate's makeup, and then the person who was supposed to be a judge had pulled out, so then they asked me to be a judge.
I mean, you're a local celebrity thanks to Honest Pod.
100%. Yeah. I should have said that. I didn't because I
was going to message you saying you better plug the podcast.
Well, I didn't really get to say much about other things apart from what I was saying, but I could have said in the intro. Yeah, well,
I'm co-host of Honest Pod.
I got 1/3 of like Divalicious, which is true.
Oh, well, that don't even do anything anymore.
Well, hey, look out for next year is what I'm saying. Okay, we're all back. We haven't seen each other all together yet, actually. But yeah, we're all back in one place. And I was on a judging panel with my housemate Laura Norder, who won last year, and also Something Wong from RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
Yeah, Laura Norder is a brilliant name.
Yeah, because he's a lawyer as well. So
yeah, it's such a good name.
And it's kind of a take on. Originally, it was like a take on Legally Blonde. So he dressed up very much Elle Woods.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, all in pink and very sassy and had a little dog and stuff. So that was really good.
Oh wow! And then this year he explained last week that he was being promoted and a bit more sophisticated and down to earth. I mean, he looked the part, didn't he?
Yeah.
He looked like a congresswoman.
Congresswoman in judge robes.
Yeah, I don't know. What's the difference?
Very different, I think. One's a politician and one's a judge.
Right.
Yeah.
Judge Judy. He looked like Judge Judy.
Well, Something Wong was originally a King's Cross Theatre about 4 or 5 years ago as well.
Yep.
And before that, so it's part of like the gay rugby sort of family.
Yeah.
Community.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's nice to see someone do so well. And we had the first episode, obviously, of UK Drag Race as well.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
I did watch it. Did you?
I did. I didn't enjoy it.
Didn't enjoy it?
I just thought it was... I don't know. I mean, I did not enjoy it. I just felt myself that I was forcing myself to watch it.
You don't really watch Drag Race
RuPaul.
properly, though.
No,
so
I don't watch it anyway, so...
I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was interesting to see the difference between the American Drag Race and the UK one. And it's not like a huge amount of difference, but I don't know. The drag is more old-fashioned, as it were, less looky, whereas Americans are really into their looks now, isn't it?
Yeah.
More comedy-based.
Yeah, they do. It's a lot more slapstick.
Yeah.
Whilst the Americans is... I mean, you do get, like, comedic ones. Like, I thought Ben de la Creme, who I loved anyway, from the States, she was a bit more comedic. Like, everything was just funny. But a lot of the ones in the States take it serious. Like... And they go all out and all, but I just thought this one just wasn't as polished. Like the drag queens weren't as polished if you were only used to seeing American.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the makeup skills aren't anywhere near as good as like the American ones and stuff.
Yeah, awful.
Harsh.
And then the names, Bag of Chips. I just thought the names were just, I don't know. They're just again a bit more slapstick. Whilst you've got, I can't think of.
The Bag of Chips has been around for a while. I don't really understand the name Vinegar Strokes.
No.
Someone was like, "Oh God," and I was like, "What is that reference to?" I don't get it.
I don't get it.
Vinegar Strokes. No, I don't. No.
No. I did like when Something Wong came out in the bull ring thing. I thought that looked amazing.
Really?
I thought it was the best.
That's so strange because all it was a gold brown dress with a nose ring and some big horns, which was okay, but it wasn't anyway. It was a dress with a bull.
I mean, they were compared to all the other ones who like one person came out like pretty much like they'd gone to the zoo and got a tiger print sprayed on their face.
It doesn't make sense why she didn't do like a whole tiger thing, like the whole body, like a cat suit and come out like a tiger.
Yeah.
But just do a face and then come out with like an all black pantsuit.
They had like Something Wrong had the big bull horns that came out as well. They were massive.
I'm not saying it was bad. It wasn't amazing.
It was the best.
The stamp was amazing.
The stamp was really good.
Yeah. I think she was robbed in that episode. She should have won. I didn't like I didn't actually like the Vivian's either the outfits that she wore.
Who?
The Vivian is the one who won it, so she did the old queen with like the ducks and stuff. Michelle Visage kept on saying like, "Oh, is that your real nose? No, oh your nose. That prosthetic is amazing."
But they slagged her off for not wearing heels.
Yeah, and you know what? Ben was like,
Pete Burns one did look good, to be fair.
I didn't get the reference because I didn't really know Pete Burns.
Oh,
So they were like, "Oh, the boots look exactly like something
yeah.
Pete Burns would wear," and I was like,
You know who Pete Burns is?
"I know who Pete Burns is. Like he did
Celebrity.
Round Baby
Yeah,
Round."
and then he also was in Celebrity Big Brother, and then he died.
Yeah.
I seen him in Soho once years ago. He looked a mess.
Wow. No, I thought it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. I must admit.
I have to say, the guy who left,
Kendall.
Gothy Kendall, yeah. He didn't even try, in my opinion.
What?
He said it was nerves.
She seemed really nervous. I thought.
I think she seemed disengaged.
I just think nervous. I think her natural demeanor is quite not like the most enigmatic or vivacious, but it's just, you know, I wouldn't say engaged or disengaged.
I just whenever like they were doing their catwalk walks, I was like, she was plodding.
The lip sync was so bad.
So bad.
So bad. Oh god.
Oh, it was so bad.
And her makeup skills are really, really good. She's got one of the strongest makeup skills for sure. But
there's a straight guy in it.
I mean, no, it's not that this person's straight. They just said they weren't gay.
Oh. Okay.
Now, I don't know whether this person's gay or straight or whatever, but
yeah.
In all fairness, he said, "I'm not gay. I have a girlfriend."
Right, okay.
It does not mean
fair
that they are straight.
Fair. That's true.
Yeah.
Walked right into that one, didn't I?
He's like me like that. I'm like, "Oh my god, he's not gay." And I was like, well, you know, there's other things than just straight or gay guys.
The spectrum is wide open.
No, but I like the episode. I'm looking forward to the season. What I found insane though is their prizes or prize. There's no cash prize.
Oh, I didn't even pick up on that.
Oh my goodness! So in American, they get what $100,000.
Right.
And then they get like this, like sometimes in the old days they would get like a beauty campaign with this eye specs wear or something. They used to get a lifetime supply or a year supply of makeup from either. Oh my goodness!
My stomach is making.
I bet you that went on the.
My stomach is making some weird noises, guys. I'm not even hungry. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
but wow. I'm sorry.
That was really long. That's an inner burp. But they get like some sort of like trip to Hollywood and the potential to be like do a pilot of their own show or some shit, some internet show. It's really weird. That's what they get. Like no money.
Yeah, no you think it'd offer a bit of a cash prize?
I mean, there should be like $50,000 in it, surely. Like $100,000 they get in the US.
But 100. The US is different.
How? Why?
Because it's. I don't know. When RuPaul's Drag Race started out in the US, it wasn't $100,000 as a prize.
It was $20,000, I think, or $10,000 or something.
Yeah, so I would expect something similar here in the
No,
UK.
but the level of what's the word? Marketing and background and stuff is not the same as the very first Drag Race. Like they treated this one as if it's like just a follow-on. You've seen ads everywhere. You've been hearing about it for months. They've got billboards everywhere in different parts of the world and the country and stuff. Like it's not like it's the first episode and no one knows or has heard of it. To be honest, you probably got the same number of people in the UK watching this one than as the American one, if not more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. I wasn't expecting 100,000.
I wasn't expecting $100,000.
I probably would have expected 25K as a prize.
But no cash prize.
No cash prize.
No
shocking.
makeup. Just a trip to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Just that.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's bad. I think it's really bad. And then, like, even when they won the mini challenge, they got shit all. In the American one, you win a mini challenge, you get like a 3-day trip to Vegas or a £10,000. Not just a wig.
No, but you get like a wig collection or something.
Yeah, you know, like a custom made gown from something or other. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I was like, fuck me, we're on a budget.
Do you think it's because a lot of those people, like a lot of the people who sponsor that, are from the States? Like, so you'd have a company in the States saying, okay, I'll give you a gig or a gown, custom-made gown for a winner because you'll plug my thing. Maybe there's just not that same opportunity here. And
I don't think you're allowed to on the BBC.
Oh, you're
Maybe it's
not?
got something to do with that because
maybe.
it's all advertising, isn't it? Really, I mean, RuPaul's Drag Race is pretty much just a big advertisement for everything,
It's
isn't it?
45 minutes. Especially, it's a big advertisement for RuPaul.
Have you seen there's an episode like the Holly Slay one, the Christmas one?
No.
Oh, fucking awful, and it is just one big ad for his album. Oh, it's so self-serving. It's a horrible episode. It's just awful. It's just a big advert. It's fucking awful.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway,
well, RuPaul's Drag Race UK season 1 started.
I liked it.
It would. I'll watch more. I want to see how Something Wrong gets on.
Yeah.
Nobody else really stood out for me except for one with the big nose.
The Vivian.
Yeah, whatever.
I like the Vivian for sure. I was going to pick her to win originally, but I had to go with my hometown girl, Something Wrong.
Yeah.
Well, not my hometown because she's from Birmingham. But, you know, Steelers and all that jazz. And she's actually really good.
Yeah, and you met her. Best friends now.
They're my best friends, but the same judging panel. I'm like, oh, well done, blah, blah, blah. Same old, same old.
Nice.
Yeah, that was good.
Good for her.
How was your week?
My week was pretty uneventful, if I'm honest.
So it wasn't just Ireland then that made you like uneventful. It's literally just your life.
No,
I thought it was Limavady that did this to you, but it turns out it's everything.
I think here at work we're just really busy. We're supposed to do something which will start this week, but then the production company brought it forward and wanted to do it a week early, and that just threw everything into the big old shitter pan. So just work was just crazy busy. So yeah, and by the time I'd finished, I was just tired, and I'm annoyed at myself. I haven't been able to go to the gym as much as I'd like to have gone to the gym.
You're paying a lot for that.
I am, yeah, I know. Yeah, I also don't like the gym I'm going to, which is a big thing.
They're no Mickey, are they?
Well, they're not Mickey, but then
You went over to them and said, "Would you get coffee?" And they're like, "Excuse me, what's your name?" No, I just need someone. We normally hang after this. Can we hang? And they were like, "Listen, I've got like 5 other classes after this."
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mickey is, so for people who are just tuning in, Mickey's my old gym coach from Ireland when I lived there, and like one of my best mates now. But when I did leave, like Mickey did say, you'll not get the same thing in London, and I didn't expect to get the same thing. But I just think the one I signed up to, which I won't name, I go there because my housemates go there and they really enjoyed it. I know other people who go there and really enjoy it. It's so close to where I live. It's handy. But their approach to training is just not really what I think is good for CrossFit.
And of course, you are a great voice for the world of CrossFit and understand all of the ins and outs of it.
Well, I mean, it's funny you say that because I've sat down with members and I said, well, you know, for example, we do this. Remember, we did this thing called the Open. Do you remember? No.
Oh, what you did?
Yeah. So you do you sign
Is that
up
when you competed in?
Yeah. So it takes 5 weeks. You do something every week. Oh.
You've had some gluten.
I have. I think I know I have. I've not been very well this weekend.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh my goodness.
I know. What was I saying? Yeah, so the Open. So from about 2 months before the Open starts, a CrossFit gym would be sort of training their people in the movements that will come up in the Open.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what they're going to be. Like, you don't know what the combination, but you know, like, in the Open, you're going to get things like wall balls and thrusters and that type of shit. This gym doesn't. They're like I've been going there for about a month and a bit now, and they don't seem that engaged with the Open. But they're also the type of gym where, to me, what I liked about CrossFit and especially Mickey's approach to training was you're pushed to do your best. They push you harder. This gym doesn't seem to do that. They sort of want to deliver more for the people who just want to go for a workout, which to me is very different. I know I'm never going to get to the games, I'm never going to be an athlete, but I want to be able to push myself week on week to get better at stuff. So for example, in Mickey's gym and pretty much most CrossFit gyms, what you'll do is you'll work on a movement until you can get the movement better. So for example, you'll do ring rows, which is just hanging off a ring, feet on the ground, and pull yourself up until you build the strength enough to be able to pull yourself up off a bar.
Mm.
But so in this gym, they program movements. So like, oh, we want you to do 10 ring rows and then do this and this. I'm like, well, shall I do 10 pull-ups because I can do pull-ups? No, we want everyone to do ring rows. We don't want people to feel like they can't achieve stuff. And I'm like, you're holding people back instead. So it's a different sort of approach, and it works for some people. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I've spoken to other people about it, and like they don't do open gym. Like you're paying a lot of money, but you just can't go in and say on a Sunday when there's not a class on and be like, I want to use the gym. Which I've spoken to the owner about, and he goes, well, we don't really like to do that because if you wanted to come in and squat, and we want to do squats in our programming on Monday, it means you'll be doing squats two times a week. Which I don't agree with, because I might not be able to make Monday's class, but not be able to. I still want to be able to do my squats for the week.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't agree with that.
That I think is fair.
Yeah. So anyway, I checked out another one. They seem like pretty cool. They seem pretty like I was supposed to go. They'd give me a free pass this week because work was so busy I wasn't able to go. And the guy actually messaged me saying, "Oi, you didn't come down this week. You say you like to be pushed. You better, pick your thing up." And I explained about work. And he goes, "All right, well, you
explained about work, or you made an excuse about work?"
Oh no, work was busy, and he knew because I met him last week, and I had to keep pushing back the time to meet him because I was like, this is like 7 o'clock, and I said, I've still not left work yet. I'm really sorry. So he knew my work was busy, and he said, "Look, I will." He says, "You let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the free week pass, and then he was like, don't leave it too long because I'll be kicking your ass if you don't." And that's the type of treat. That's what you want from a.
Oh, I hate that sort of stuff.
No, I like it.
Oh my goodness, because at work because I agree with you. Like I want to go, and we started having it at work. And if I exercise myself or something, I'm not the kind of person who pushes myself.
Yeah.
So it's really one thing. I'm exercising or pushing, especially with the weights and stuff, more than I ever have. So at the moment, I'd probably say I'm stronger than I've ever been, and consistent because we get this personal trainer with work. But if he's like pushing me in a certain way, I'm like, I'll get angry, but fuck off, like I get really angry. So he needs to cuddle me into it.
Oh, okay.
He needs to be a little bit softer and be like, no, you can do it. Oh, you're doing really well. And then I'm like, I am doing well, kind of thing. But if he's like, fucking, if he's like, listen, you need to do 2 more. I'm like, hold on 1 second. Do not talk to me like that. I'll stop. I'll just drop it and be like, I'm not being spoken to that way. That's the kind of thing. And then, so because he's tried, I could say, he's tried a couple of different approaches. And we started to figure out how best to do it. Because he's been like, like, Matt, do 3 more. You're doing 2 more again. You're not working hard enough. I'm like, woof. You need to keep it quiet.
You do have a problem with authority, to be fair.
I do, 100%. Yeah. Whereas at least it's like, what you're doing is really well now. I think you can do 2 more. What can you do? And then he'll be like, I think I can do more. And then he'll do stuff like, oh, how much do you think you can do? And I'm like, well, not too sure. And he's like, should we try 150? Nah, let's do 120. And then I'm like, no, we're doing 150. Yeah. He always goes all the time. He's like, 100. Should we go for 10 or 12? Nah, let's just do 8. I'm like, no, I could do 12.
God, he's got you good. He's got you good.
That's what you need, isn't it?
That's what you need. You need somebody. I'm not saying like, this guy who's like, "Oh, come out." I'm not saying he's probably not like that with everyone, but should be able to read the personality of. But what I don't like about the gym I'm at is, first of all, I've told you before, the guy who took me the very first day shouted at me the very first day because I didn't know where anything was, and that instantly put a dislike to me on him for me. I thought you should never shout at somebody. And especially not on the first day, and basically I was taking my time trying to find something because I didn't know where it was, and he shouted at me saying, "Hurry up!" And I'm like, I don't know. So I didn't like him from then. And then I don't think the only contact I get from the gym is the automatic email that comes every week, which is not personal in any way. I'm like, I'm paying you a lot of money. The least you could do is make an effort to understand maybe why I didn't come the 3 days last week like I said I would, or do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't like it. So anyway, I'm looking for a new gym. So that's been a massive bummer for my week, not being able to work out. I don't think work out recently at all. I feel like I've been on weight.
Yeah, you're not going to rugby training either?
I haven't been to rugby either. I'm definitely going to rugby this Thursday. Definitely. I should. Okay. I'll pack. The thing is, I'm filming stuff down in Croydon.
So making explanations, as they're called. They're called excuses.
Anyway, let's jump into some things. Okay, you go first.
No, I always go first now.
You talked about absolutely nothing last week, so you can go first.
Okay. Well, before that, even I wanted a bit of agony on Ash / Big Mama Matt advice.
Okay.
Because, right. So, at work, there's someone that keeps hugging me, right? We don't have a good relationship because he's supposed to be someone who's managing me. And then we've had like these conversations.
It's not the hot guy, is it?
No. Although I found out that he's recently broken up with his boyfriend, because I said before in this relationship.
Oh.
And then, Nicola was like, oh, no, they're breaking up again. I was like, oh. Anyway. So this person's supposed to be my manager, but he's not really my manager. So we've had conversations over the past couple of months. You know, all of this is like almost irrelevant, but also relevant to how I feel. But really, it's a professional environment. I don't go around hugging and kissing people at work. It's not the kind of... I've never been that kind of person. So, you know, I say hello.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I do. I don't go hugging every single person unless they're really fit. Or my friends. Do you know what I mean? All my friends, you know?
Speaking of fit people at work.
We don't have the best relationship anyway. So, like, he's supposed to be my manager. He's not doing really well with that. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was like, I need to have a conversation with you. Basically sat him down and said, like, I'm not happy with this, what's going on at the moment. You know, you still don't do the things that you've committed to saying you'll do. I don't need you for these many things, but then you know, I don't believe that you're doing parts of your job well, and it's affected my work now. Before, it didn't affect my work. We ended it anyway. He gave me a hug. I was like, okay, great. Gave me a kiss on the cheek. I was like, oh God. Now, since then, because I'm glad we had this chat, he keeps hugging me and kissing me. I'm like, oh, my goodness. Like, I find it really uncomfortable. I find it uncomfortable because I don't do that anyway. I feel like I'm being fake because I'm not saying anything. Like, it makes me cringe. It makes me really uncomfortable.
Do you hug him back?
Well, he comes in and hugs me and kisses me on the cheek.
Yeah, but do you put your arms back around him and hug him back?
I do like one hand. Like,
well, maybe don't do that for a start because then
just stand there with my arms.
Yeah, well, of course, and you'll be uncomfortable, but then he'll be more uncomfortable. You're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not going to hug back. He'll pick up on it.
Well, he's going more, no, because like him and many other people, what they do is when I tend to be more distant, right, because I'll get in my ways or in my feelings or something, people tend to like, instead of like react, the way that most people I've seen react to it is they try even harder, and then it's always been this constant chase. But then it's not the way that I like to deal with things anyway. But I'm like, can I say to someone who's supposed to be my manager, well, not can, I don't know, I'm like, I need to say to him, like, can you please stop hugging me and kissing me? Do you know what I mean? But I'm like, how am I supposed to... When is the right time to do that? Because then the other day he came into work, did the same thing, and I was like, fuck! Is this not... Did I miss opportunity?
Does he hug up everyone else, or...?
At the moment, he seems to be in this weird hugging phase where he's hugging everyone. I was like, Stace... I said to one of my colleagues, like, is this happening to you as well? And she's like, yeah. And she's even worse. She doesn't touch anyone. We're really good friends. And then there's like 3 of us who used to be friends, and I would hug my friend. We'd hug each other, but she wouldn't hug us, even though we're all meeting. 3 of us would meet because she just doesn't, which is fine. But yeah, he just seems to be in this like phase where he's just like, because I don't know, and I find it really fake.
Yeah.
So I need to tell him, but I don't know how. What do I do?
Oh fuck! I wouldn't. To me, it's not something I would say you should say unless it gets out of order.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm not saying don't do anything. I'm saying, like, when he comes in for a smooch or kiss on the cheek or whatever he does, step away. I'd be like, whoa. Or get it for the hand. If he comes with the hug, be like, yeah. But you have to, unless you're I wouldn't be comfortable going to somebody why are you hugging me? Especially because by the signs of it, they've been doing it for a bit of time now.
They weren't doing it before because our relationship wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then he got into this thing where he kept on rubbing my shoulders.
Oh my God.
And I was like, this is really uncomfortable.
Is he hot?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. But he was doing it because, like, again, when people know, because I can't hide my face, he knows, we all know that this situation is not comfortable. So then, he just like touched my shoulders and goes, I'm like, whatever. And then we had this conversation afterwards, like, can we have a hug? And I was like, okay, fine. So after a big emotional conversation, I've just told you I don't see you as my manager and I think you're really underperforming in your role. And then we have a hug. Now, ever since then, he's been hugging me. I'm like, oh, God. And he's still doing really poorly in his job. So because I'm really bad, right? I can't separate like my personal feelings towards my professional feelings. Same with like rugby for something. If someone's really bad at rugby, I find it really hard to engage with them in conversation because I'm like, I've seen you just ruin our game, and now you want me to go and like, be friends with you or something, which is my bad. But at work as well, like, I should be able to separate it, but it's really hard because I don't like the way they work, so it affects me personally. So you think I should be passive aggressive?
Well, how many times a day does it hug you?
Once when I see him.
Right. Okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not a situation I've ever had to be in.
It's really bad that someone would just force themselves upon you.
It is bad, but I would have nipped it in the bud the very first start. I would have been like, oh, sorry. I wouldn't have let it happen. Like, for how long has it happened now?
A couple of weeks. How would you not let it happen?
Well, I don't know. I think most normal people just don't go up and hug their colleagues that they don't know that well.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but if somebody came up to me and hugged me, like, for example, I went to work now, and somebody who...
It's a bit different. We've worked with each other for years.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't know. If somebody I didn't like came up and... I don't know. I can't process how I wouldn't have said something the first time it happened.
I didn't think it would happen again. And then, because it happened that time, I was like, okay, fine. We just had this big conversation.
All right, we'll have another conversation with him. Make a joke out of it if you want, but I don't know. I mean...
Wow, you're really bad at giving advice.
I'm not really... No, I'm just saying, you don't like... I told you what to do.
Passive-aggressive.
Of course you've been passive-aggressive. You said you're going to find it hard to have the conversation with him.
No, the question was, how do I have the conversation with him?
Well, then have a conversation with him.
You're awful at this. This is now over. I'm going to ask people that are new. This has just shown that when we give advice, I'm the one who gives reasonable advice, and you just come up with some ridiculous statements of unhelpful information.
No, you get yourself in a situation that's really awkward. I would never have let that happen.
How did I get myself in a situation?
Well, you just said this guy hugged you, and I was like, okay, after the meeting, and then all of a sudden he's now hugging you every single day, and I'm like, I would have nipped that in the bud from day one. I'd be like, no, you do not.
No, you didn't say that you did. You said you'll put your hand in front or like turn your face.
I literally just said about a minute ago, I would have nipped this in the bud from day one, and you said I didn't think it would happen after that day.
Well, in all fairness, that's not the advice I'm asking for.
Right. What I'm saying now is, what I would do is, if it's annoying me that much, I would take a step back when he goes to hug me.
I need to say something. Like I need to.
He'll pick up on it. Then you have to say something, and just be like, "Look, I'm really sorry, but I'm not a hugger. I'm sorry. I don't know you well enough to hug you."
I don't.
Then say it to him. I mean, it's an awkward conversation because he's your boss and he's been hugging you now for like 3 weeks.
A kiss on the cheek,
Man, no.
I don't. It's a professional environment.
When I came into the door today, I didn't even kiss you on the cheek.
Yes, you did.
No, we air kissed. We didn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah. His lips touched like, not even like cheek. Fuck off. Like, come on.
Oh.
It's weird.
I did that the other day to something.
Because the reason why I say it is because he knows that I'm not a fan of it and he's trying really hard.
Oh.
That's how he's trying to build a relationship. And I'm like, listen, the only way you can build a relationship is if you do your job well. Or, passively. Just stop failing completely at your job.
Cool. Alright, well, let's move on. Good luck with that. What's your issue?
That's my issue. I don't want to talk about anything else.
No, you want to talk about the thing. It's a good article.
Okay. I just got a message from work. It's so annoying.
Stay focused.
All right. So at the moment, we know it's the Rugby World Cup in Japan. Okay, England are doing well. Ireland not so much.
They're not doing badly. Just lost to a really good team by the sound of it.
Yeah, it's going to be really exciting actually. The result of that, because Japan, Scotland, and Ireland can't all go through.
No.
So that's going to be next Sunday is going to be sick. And there's New Zealand, the All Blacks, who for the past forever have been the best team in the world and like the forefront of like rugby in the world. And they've got a player called TJ Perenara, who is a scrum half for the All Blacks, and he's always been. Well, he made a statement recently in an article basically saying that he thinks New Zealand is ready for... Well, the question was, do you think New Zealand's ready for a gay All Black? And he said, absolutely. We're ready for anyone who's part of the LGBTQ. Why can't I say Q?
LGBTQ.
Why am I saying Q?
I don't
Q.
know. LGBT. Oh, I can't even say now. LGBTQ
Why am I
plus.
saying Q?
Okay.
Yeah, QTIA plus. They put it here as that community. Anyone that's sort of part of the queer community in general, and that he believes that they'll be supported in New Zealand in particular. Not saying around the world necessarily, but the All Blacks would support them, and he has always been an advocate for rights for others. So, like, the New Zealand Falcons are the New Zealand gay rugby team, and he's fundraised for them. He's worn the rainbow laces to represent our community and asked his teammates to do it, and they've always been open to it as well. He's always been at the forefront. He said that he's got family members that have helped supported it, who are part of the community, and it's really important for him. And even if they weren't part of the community, he would still be advocating for other people's rights. So he said, at the moment, there's no openly gay person that represents the national side, but he welcomes anyone to be a part of the All Blacks. He says, our job is to make sure that people from all communities feel comfortable enough to aspire to want to be an All Black. So I would hope that if anyone from the LGBTQIA plus community became an All Black, they would feel accepted and wanted in the environment. And this is in a newspaper called The Express in New Zealand. So that was the first bit. And I thought, well, that's really amazing, because rugby, I think, continues to be progressive and stand out amongst other sports
100%.
for being accepting. And when you've got people that are literally at the top, at the pinnacle of the sport, standing up for other people, even when they're not part of the community necessarily. And I think we've spoken about it before, but it really takes, for any sort of real movement, it takes people outside of the community to...
David Pocock did the same for Australia. He's an Australian rugby player. He refused to marry his wife until gay marriage was accepted. And yeah, like another great, like a rugby player again, who's straight outside the LGBTQ family, but care enough about it to make it a big deal.
Yeah. So no, yeah, I just wanted to point that out really, and I thought that was amazing. So you can give a little read. It's on the New Zealand Herald, which is a paper. He was vocal. So he said he was also a vocal critic of Israel Folau, who he's spoken about loads. So I'm not going to go into it about the fact of what happened, but he says that he wants to see love in the game, and said that Folau's attitude didn't represent that at all. So there's no justification for his harmful comments.
No.
But then looking at it today, there is a person who said that DJ Perenara should keep his comments to himself. Said, the broadcaster called Sean Blunkett said that the All Blacks halfback was woke. You know the word woke? So he said that, let me find it. He said, you're getting a little woke for me, TJ. It's making me go off of you a bit. So this is on Magic Talk Radio. There's probably already been a gay All Black. They were just in the closet. But TJ Perenara, geez, you are the best sub-halfback. In some ways, I'd say the best halfback in rugby today. You do not need to be woke. Whether or not there is a gay All Black will come. Whether or not you approve it or not has got nothing to do with anything. I'm far more interested in Sevilla's glasses than your views on gayness, social justice, or climate change. TJ, you are a rugby player. Said you passed the ball very well, but I'm not interested in your views on all these things, all these other things.
I guess he's assuming that because he's some sort of what's he do?
This person?
Yeah,
he's just like a radio show pundit sort of thing.
So because he that's his job, he's allowed to have a voice. But because somebody else's job isn't on the radio, they're not allowed to have a voice. That just seems insane.
I think anyone who has influence and
100%
and wants to speak for others, then they should.
It just comes out whenever somebody has an opinion that goes against yours. Like a lot of people slag off like Meryl Streep whenever she changes something into a political speech. It's like, well, why can't she? She's allowed to have her opinions. That's her moment to talk about whatever she wants. She should be able to do whatever she wants.
Absolutely. They're not just a profession. People have different aspects too. They are different belief systems.
They vote like everyone else. They have the same as just because you present a radio show doesn't mean that you're the only one allowed to give your opinion.
And I did look though to see like about him online. It wasn't too much, to be honest, but he didn't seem to be a particularly conservative or closed off person. And in fact, in there he doesn't say anything like, oh, well, they'll never be
Yeah.
an out person and stuff. He just seems to have an issue with the fact that as a professional athlete, he should just stick to that. It reminded me of a story actually that happened a couple of years ago. So I've said before that I'm a big fan of the NBA, like basketball.
Mm-hmm.
What's that face for?
I'm joking.
And there's a basketball player called LeBron James, and
I know LeBron James.
No, you don't. I've said his name before, probably.
He is going to be in the sequel to Space Jam.
He created it.
Space Jam.
His company is doing the sequel, and he's in it as well.
Yeah, but he didn't create Space Jam.
No, the sequel, he said.
Yeah, but
so he will be, yeah. And
Space Jam is a brilliant film.
Yeah.
That's all I know about basketball.
Space Jam is a great film. This one, I can't imagine if it will be or not, to be honest. I've seen him act in some things. I don't know if he's a great actor. But then you don't need to be for that kind of film.
Yeah, none of the other... Michael
Jordan wasn't great in it.
He wasn't great, but it was fun. Do you know what I mean?
Well, there are some comparisons, because Michael Jordan is the greatest player ever, in most people's opinion.
But LeBron James is a great player now.
LeBron James is arguably the greatest player in the world as well, so this is debate between them both. So he's also the most influential athlete in America, right? Yeah. Across all of the major sports as well. So not just basketball, but they've got big sports there. He's been very open about political views and things like that, and openly critical of Trump.
Yeah.
As an African American athlete, he doesn't approve of Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And then Fox News, Fox News is quite Republican and very right wing and stuff. So there was someone on there called Laura Ingraham, and she'd basically said like he needs to just shut up and dribble, and that we don't hear athletes open up their mouths. That's not what they get paid $100 million for. And then he started a campaign called Not Just an Athlete.
Yeah.
I'm more than an athlete, pardon me.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and it just reminded me of that, really, that, yes, these professional athletes are athletes, and we are there to be entertained for sure, and they can do amazing things, and that's great. But they're people with backgrounds and opinions, and in his instance, in LeBron James, he grew up very, very poor, and is now going to be a billionaire.
Yeah,
but experienced a lot of things growing up and in his environment, and he should speak up for other people. He started, because if he was just more, just an athlete kind of thing, he started off for school in the US, in Cleveland, his home state, in Ohio, pardon me, in his home state, so that people can go to it and they get really high education and stuff like that, but they don't need to pay for it, and they will get scholarships and stuff. And he's an athlete, but he's trying to influence others with what he can do, and I just think that athletes aren't just athletes in that respect. So it just reminded me of that, really, because I was like, well, I'm happy if someone speaks out for a community that they're a part of, and even better if they're not a part of it and they're still putting themselves out there and supporting.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the future of rugby or any sport, I look forward to any LGBT athlete who comes out and basically just makes it more exciting. I just don't like the thought of somebody having to hide who they are and be miserable. Because when I think of gay athletes, I always think of, and I'll never pronounce his name, Justin, the footballer, Justin
Fashanu,
yeah, because that was such a sad story. This is going back 90s. In the 90s, was it?
I don't know, 80s or 90s, yeah.
Yeah. Like, one of the first footballers who came out as gay and then ended up killing himself over some thing that happened in America. But it was just, such a sad story. That's what I think about. And I just think we need better stories than that to come out and make people, inspire people. So, thank you very much. All the athletes out there who are advocating for us. And we do our part as well.
Do we? Yeah. I don't know.
We do this. This is pretty cool. A lot of people are impressed whenever I say I do podcasts. They're like, oh, it's really cool.
Yeah. We listen. They're like, oh no.
We don't listen, but I think it's cool.
Yeah, but it sounds really good,
Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, we're going to do another little agony situation. But this one came in to the website. So we've got a listener. His name is Owen, and he messaged that I've listened to your podcast for a good while now, and I've been meaning to reach out to you guys, let you know how much I enjoy listening. I usually listen on the train into work. It's great to feel that you're just listening in on a chat between two mates, and the things you guys chat about are varied and interesting too. There have been loads of topics I've enjoyed over the last year, so it's hard to pick a favourite one, but sometimes I just listen and laugh out loud at what you guys are saying to each other. I was off work over the summer with stress, so I've been catching up on a few episodes I've missed, and I've really enjoyed listening to your advice about work and dealing with people trying to get you down. Like Ash, I've just changed jobs, and I've a question for you guys. How would you go about telling people you're gay at work? Just let it come up. Just let it come up. Try to bring it into a conversation or avoid it. I'm usually open and honest with people if they ask. I'm also civil partnered, so I wear a ring and people just ask about my wife and kids. I had a problem in previous jobs with a team member being uncomfortable with me being gay and, in inverted commas, scared to approach me at my desk. I'm the least scary person you could meet. My boss at the time had no idea how to handle it, and when I tried to have the chat about what to do, he suggested I should try to understand cultural differences. So it's just made me hesitant, to say the least. What do you think? Anyways, thanks for all the podcasting. Over to Matt.
I think there's a few things in there for sure. From my experience of coming out of work, which is actually quite unfortunate because I was talking about this with Adam before, and you started a new job, and it's quite interesting that everywhere you start, you have to come out, isn't it? Which is like, why? It's a weird pressure that you know that you're going to have this conversation when you go to a new environment, whether it's work or something. So then it will come up, and that's it. And I think that's a bit frustrating in some respects. And it's annoying that you have to come out everywhere you go. You think you're done with it when you come out to your family and stuff, but actually you need to do it everywhere.
Yeah,
which is really unfortunate.
The situation came up at my work this week. We were reviewing some things of Jesse Lingard.
A footballer, yeah.
Yeah, the footballer, yeah. And the two women I'm working on this project with were saying, do you know what? I think Jesse Lingard's really hot. And they kept looking at this footage of him, and they're like, sorry, Ash, we're probably really boring you. And I didn't say anything. I wasn't going to say, well, no, actually, I'm actually really enjoying this as well. But I was just like, no, it's fine. I don't care.
How have you dealt with it? Because I feel like in the past you've been like, well, you've kind of not been immediately open about your sexuality when you join work. I feel like that's the conversation we've had.
I don't come in and I go, hey, I'm gay. But I also, I wait till it's brought up. I don't bring it into a conversation. For example, if somebody says, oh, what are you doing? Do you have a girlfriend? And I'm like, oh no, I'm single, but it would be a boyfriend. When I was in a relationship before, it was like, what are you and your girlfriend doing this weekend? I'm like, no, me and my boyfriend are doing this. But yeah, so I don't. Work and private is two different things, and I like to keep them separate. So unless I'm in a conversation where I have to tell somebody, I won't bother because it's not their business. Plus, in my industry, the type of jobs I'm in, I'm not. I'm in this contract for 7 weeks. Like in 7 weeks, I'm not. I don't care if they know or not. It doesn't affect me. So, but yeah,
because I'm the opposite actually. So I make a point of sort of saying something relatively early on. So like if we're having a conversation, I'll be like, "Oh, my ex-boyfriend," or "I play for a gay rugby team," or something like that. So in my head, I'm like, I don't want any of that sort of conversation or misunderstanding or something with someone would be like, "Oh, have you got a girlfriend?" or who do you live with?
Yeah,
I kind of want to just remove that out of the situation.
I was at the point, because I go through a new job when I'm freelancing. I always felt like it was my duty to get something in there so that people understood, or But then I thought, well, it's not my responsibility to do that. Like, you shouldn't just assume I'm straight, or you shouldn't just, you should you don't know anything about me, and you should be conscious you don't know anything about me. So don't make assumptions. And it's not my duty to make you feel comfortable.
I know I don't want to have like, oh, your girlfriend. Oh no, it's not my girlfriend.
Gasp.
Yeah, like the whole conversation. Like, I just can't be dealing with that. So I'd rather just get it out there, And I think sometimes in some situations, people don't generally assume straight away that I'm gay all the time, unless they hear me speak or see my hands.
See, the thing is, nobody thinks I'm gay at all. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you think you're masked for some reason.
Well, I don't think
you literally write that on like profiles.
I don't think I'm masked. I think I'm me.
In this situation, and it's unfortunate that you've had in this day and age, it's unfortunate that you have people that feel uncomfortable. Because I couldn't even imagine that, and I'd be interested to see what environment that the listener works in. But I think you have to be quite open and honest, and I think the ring is a good way of saying straight away, actually, I'm in a civil partnership.
Right. So Matt and I, this email came through earlier in the week, and Matt and I asked Matt, do you want me to go back and ask anything? And you're like, no, you think you have enough.
Well, I think with these situations, I think we need to go for what we're given.
Yeah. I'm glad I went back and asked. I basically went back and asked, what sort of industry do you work in, and whereabouts do you live? So he works in tech software, and he's from Northern Ireland. So this is a whole different game changer. Because in Northern Ireland, you one of the biggest political parties are openly homophobic. So it's a whole different aspect of how you approach a situation. And the reason why I wanted to know what sort of industry you work in is because I want to know what sort of job market there is. Like, what other aspects or what are your options presented here? Because I couldn't work in if somebody said to me, I'm uncomfortable because you're gay, I don't want to approach you, and then my boss didn't have my back, I'd be like, I'm not working here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's the same situation everywhere, though.
It is the same situation, but if you're in a excluded community and you have a relationship, you're married, and you have to take other people's... It's easy for me, who's single, to say, I'll move wherever I want. I can do that. But if I'm in a partner, I don't have that sort of luxury. You have to take your factor in two people's lives. So that's why I wanted to have a bit more information so I could make a more rounded approach. I don't know personally what the software industry or tech industry is like in Northern Ireland, but I can understand a bit more, not justify a bit more, but I can understand a bit more where he's coming from, in the sense of he's had to deal with people who are indirectly homophobic, or flat out homophobic. I'm lucky enough to come from the same country as this guy, but never have experienced it. But that's not to say it doesn't happen. So I would say, I mean, it's up to you. You shouldn't, first of all, in my head, if I was in this situation, the first thing I'd recall in my head is I'm protected by law. So I can be openly gay at work, and they can't fire me for that. If you feel like you're in a hostile situation where you might run the risk, I'd be like making copies of every single thing that was going on, so that when I did leave or got fired or whatever happened, I'd have the receipts to go to the lawyer and say, hey, I just got fired from this company because they broke the law because of this. Yeah.
But I just think if you're wearing a band on your finger, that is an open statement that you're in a committed relationship, right?
Yeah.
So then you run the risk of being asked about that relationship.
You do, but you also remember in Northern Ireland it's not legal to be gay married. It's your civil partner. So, the reason why it's same-sex marriage isn't legal there is because it's still a contentious issue. But
if you don't want to be asked about being in a committed relationship, would you take the ring off?
Of course not. It's my ring. I keep it on.
So then if I'm choosing to put it on, knowing that the ring will bring up those questions, would you not need to be open about that and respond with, I'm in a civil partnership with a man?
You don't have to.
But then this is where like I would struggle, because then I'd need to lie.
You have to lie. You just say, I don't want to talk about this.
And then even then, that's still contentious because
you're holding a magnifying glass over the situation.
Who, me?
No, you would be if you say I don't want to talk about this. People are like, why don't you talk about it?
Yeah, and it becomes a thing when it doesn't need to be a thing. I don't think you should be afraid of how people are responding, especially say in the situation before where someone was uncomfortable about it and the manager had said, maybe you should understand this other person. And I think that's right to an extent, although the manager should still support you openly. And I'm not saying an announcement to everyone, but say, people do come from different backgrounds, but also if they're doing anything to you, you should let me know about it kind of thing,
I think the word they use is they were scared to approach him at his desk.
That I wouldn't care about personally.
I don't care about that.
If someone didn't want to come up, that's their business. If they're homophobic,
problem.
That's their business. I couldn't even, that wouldn't even register.
Easier said than done. Like, easier to not take that personally, but do not care. You're there. Work is work. Get your job done.
I mean, as a gay person, I think in every situation, not that it's happened to me in London, and I'm, like you said, I'm fortunate in that situation, but if someone suddenly said, I feel really uncomfortable. In fact, I remember when I was, this is a long time ago, one of my friends at the time had said, I was quite uncomfortable for a while. I was like, when I found out that you were gay, I was like, that's your business.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing I can do about that.
But I think what's great these days is we have a lot more gay representation. So people are getting a bit more, not horrible to say, but people are getting used to people being around. So it is good. And I do think things are changing for the better.
If I'm responding to this question, maybe we have different views on it, but I just think you just have to be open about it. Now, you may not need to go and say to everyone, I like to drop it in because I don't want these things to happen about girlfriends, boyfriends, this, that, and the other. So just let you know now, this is the situation. But if someone asks me about a wedding band that I'm wearing, then fair enough.
Yeah. I think in this situation, if you're starting a new job or you've just started a new job, I'd probably follow your advice in this because I don't work permanently, so it's totally different. I think if I did work permanently, I'd probably be bringing up in conversation to get out of the way because in my head, I'm leaving this company in 7 weeks. So
I agree with you in your situation.
Yeah.
But no, if I've got a new job, I'm
full-time employed. Yeah, you're going to be there for indefinite amount of time.
And I'm not saying day one, but you can't think about this previous job. You shouldn't think about this previous workplace and how people felt there going forward and let that prevent you from being open and true and honest about yourself to other people.
Of course not.
Because if you say you don't open up about it, then people aren't going to get to know the real you. On some level, they'll never truly know who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They'll never get to experience you with your family, with the people that are important to you. There'll always be a certain level of holding things back. Right?
Yeah.
Even if it's not a lie, you feel like you've got a secret, in a sense.
Yeah, it's almost like you're going back in the closet.
Right. And that's not what we want. You're wearing this band for a reason.
Be proud of it.
And it's not about going there and saying to everyone. And it's good. You tell one or two people, they're going to start telling others. Let them then deal with it. Just tell the people that you work directly with. Eventually people will know. And if they don't, but if someone reacts negatively to it in life and work and stuff, that's their business, not yours.
Yeah.
Unless they start hitting you.
Yeah.
Then,
Then you got the law on your side.
Yeah, then they don't pay any mind.
I would say, on a Friday afternoon or whatever, just ask people what they're doing for the weekend, and you'd be like, "Oh, me and my husband," or "Me and my," I would still say husband in the Northern Ireland. I don't care about the law, but they're not going to arrest you for saying husband. But me and my husband are, I don't know, taking the dog to the park, or me and my husband are going to IKEA to get some lamp or whatever.
I think so.
Yeah,
we're going to a gay club in a harness and being chained upside down and fucked with a dildo.
Yes,
that's what we're doing. What about you?
What we do.
What about you? Where the kids are you?
Yeah.
Going to the pool.
No.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Cleaning the house again.
Yeah. Similar weekends.
Yeah. Well, good luck on. Thank you for writing in. Yeah.
You've got to go for it. You have to say it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. You shouldn't be ashamed of who you are or feel like you need to hold something back at work. You spend a lot of time at work. It's good that you feel comfortable there. And I would think if I was in your position and actively holding something back out of fear, I would probably not be able to perform at my best because I'd be too busy watching I don't slip up. And I think if you're getting paid to do a job, you should be able to be performing at your best.
Absolutely. And again, if you're wearing that wedding band, you're not doing it for any reason. Probably you want other people to see it in a good way. I don't mean it in an outrageous way. I mean you're wearing it because it's a symbol of your relationship to others. That's what it is.
That's what people. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And unless you're in danger or fear for something, then follow through with it. As difficult as it is or can be in those situations.
Yeah. Oh well. Good luck.
Good luck.
And that's it this week. we've reached the hour mark.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's flown in. I had something I want to talk about, but just cover Matt's issues, I guess.
Well, that's what I said. You go first.
I'm joking. Cool. So, what are you going to do for the rest of your day, Matt?
I'm working 6 days next week, and so I just need to relax and rest. Watch some TV. Nothing crazy. I've done my cooking for the week.
Nice.
Done my house chores.
Nice.
I bought this basket. I thought it was a full washing basket. Look at the size of that thing.
Jesus Christ. I wouldn't get one of your jeans in there.
Do you know what I mean? Hey, I'm going to lose some weight. But I was like, what is this? It's on Amazon, so...
That's your wash basket there, no?
No, that's just like a basket that my mum gave me, but it's too...
That's a wash basket. Why don't you use that as a wash basket? This massive big basket you have in your room.
It doesn't have any handles.
That looks like a shopping basket. It looks like a shopping basket.
It is, because that's my dump basket. So I don't dump things on the floor, I dump it there.
So a bin.
No, I need a bin. That's why I went on Amazon. Not to get this stupid basket, to get a bin as well. That's what I actually wanted to get.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
What about you?
I've done all my house chores. I don't have to prep any food. Chill. Get ready for the week ahead. Hopefully pub quizzing tomorrow night again. Hopefully. If I get away from work in time. But
Alright.
Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Enjoy your weeks.
Have a lovely week and enjoy the rain. Watch RuPaul's Drag Race, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Vote something wrong if you vote, but we don't vote.
We don't vote. Is it open for public vote?
No, it's not vote.
No.
They did it in April.
Oh, okay. What was I going to say? You're on holiday soon.
2 weeks.
Oh.
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the theme parks.
Amazing.
I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep. And then I'm away in November. For a long weekend.
Yeah, that's not really a holiday. It's not the same. You're going back home as well. I know, you know.
I'm going to Dublin.
Yeah, so the same thing.
It's not.
Nowhere near as exciting.
Excuse me?
Excuse me, you?
Excuse me, you?
Excuse who? We?
Alright, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.